Hello there, how are you doing? Today I've been reacting to a very interesting video that I keep getting recommended, not from people in general, so I don't even know if you have watched this video before. You probably did, because come on, look at that, 2.9 million views in a month by the channel of Johnny Harris. He's highly controversial, I would say. I've reacted to some of his videos before, and yeah, at least the comments about him and some of his ideas sounded very controversial, but he makes great videos, so yeah, definitely go and check him out. As I was saying, I keep on getting this video recommended by YouTube. Like, many times I open my YouTube homepage and I see this video, and it's very long, so that's why I haven't done a reaction to it yet. But you know, today I don't have too much time, so I think I will divide it into two parts. Maybe I'll be reacting for the first 20 minutes or so now, and then tomorrow I'm gonna finish it. I wanted to do it all at once because I don't really like to divide videos in two parts. I'd rather just do the whole video at once, but yeah, today I don't have too much time, so that's how we're gonna do. So yeah, this is inside the most prepared country on earth, that is Finland. Come on, you can see it right here. It says right here, this video received no funding from the Finnish government. You see, because his videos are highly controversial, you know, so you have to specify this kind of stuff. I mean, who isn't nowadays? Come on. Or anyone else, aside from our Patreon community and the sponsor you'll hear about later in the video, who has no editorial influence on our work. And it's fine, come on. I mean, any media or whatever that is touching delicate topics is always gonna be controversial. Most of the times, if you're controversial, that means that you're doing something right with whatever you're doing. That's at least my opinion. I've been talking way too much, 2 minutes already. I'm gonna shut my mouth and we're gonna watch this video together. Let's go. Okay, I need to... Audio track is perfect, subtitles, let's do English. Oh, the hell? How can you not put Finnish subtitles when you're making a video about Finland? There should be, right?
I'm on my way to an army camp in the snow.
What? This
Here
is
at the
so
top
cool.
of the world, where NATO troops are training in Arctic warfare. Right here, next to this long, snowy border with Russia. It's over 1,000 kilometers long, and it separates Finland from its neighbor, a country with 26 times the population of Finland.
I mean,
Finland also borders the Baltic
how can
Sea,
you compare it?
where NATO has been clashing on the water with Russia's shadow fleet of ships. It's also squarely in the Arctic region, another newly vital geopolitical domain. This is a place where empires have clashed, and where they might clash again. Here's the gate to Russia, and it is totally closed. Let's see if I can get in. I'm in Finland to train with their army as they show their new NATO allies how to fight in the high north. I'm here to sleep in the snow, to witness and participate in the rigor of Arctic warfare. But I'm also here to go beyond the military, to get a closer look at this unique country, to understand how their past haunts them, and how these memories have caused this quiet and peaceful people to be constantly preparing for crisis and war. A vigilance, an awareness of threat that might actually explain why they are considered the happiest people on Earth now 8 years in a row. From the border with Russia to the many bunkers scattered throughout the country, you're about to see a pretty unique...
You know, I cannot actually believe it. I'm gonna show you. Oh my god, this is so crazy. He looks exactly like an Italian freestyle rapper. Wait, let me... Okay, this is... Okay, you can see right here. This is Johnny Harris. You can see right here. Then I'm gonna show you the Italian freestyle rapper. Bro, he looks exactly the same. This is insane. Oh my god. I mean, we all have our lookalikes. This is so cool. Okay, let's continue. Let's focus on the video. Come on, he's talking about interesting stuff, not about...
From the border with Russia to the many bunkers scattered throughout the country, you're about to see a pretty unique security situation. A strategy and a mindset born out of Finland's unique geography. So, I'm headed to a military base in the frozen north of the country to join over 1,000 troops in a live combat exercise in the snow. This will be the beginning of my quest to understand how this country is preparing and what they're preparing for.
Of course, there is cold and then there is hot. You have to be sure that the trooper is able to survive in these circumstances.
The Arctic front, how Finland is preparing for war with Russia.
Good, I'm Felix. Hey, Felix. This is Johnny.
Yes, nice to meet you. This is Felix. He's a captain in the Finnish army who is a skilled outdoorsman. He has a master's degree in Arctic warfare.
And I know you like naps.
Yes, I do. Oh, wow, what a treat. Military maps. Wow, this is awesome.
This is so cool.
Felix will soon be dropping me off in the middle of the snowy forest to fight and sleep with the troops in the snow. But first, there's a few important steps. First up, clothing. Here in northern Finland, the temperatures can get below -40°C. The cold can be as deadly as any artillery cannon, if not more. So this huge warehouse is dedicated to proper clothing.
You have to sign these.
Large or medium?
I think medium. Probably medium. 44? Yep. This is all of my gear. This is like body armor, pad, rucksack. Everything in this big orange bag is soon going to be on my body, one way or another. 30, 40 pounds. Time to get dressed. And even though I thought I knew how to put on clothes, I quickly get schooled on how this all works. Does this go first?
No.
No,
the measure first.
Okay, cool.
So it's all about layers, basically.
Yeah.
Did you get socks?
Oh,
Yeah.
what is the difference if you don't wear the clothes in the proper order? You're gonna risk to freeze to death.
Only these. And then
Yeah.
yeah.
First, these first, and then this.
So the whole concept of this is like having layers on you. No,
then-
don't put the snow camo now. Next layer
next
on top,
layer
on top
after
of those.
Wow, it's a lot of gear. Let's see what it's like to be an Arctic warrior. Next, we wander through the base, headed towards the mess hall. We grab lunch, which for me is just an opportunity to ask nonstop questions to Felix, who wrote his master's thesis on the future of Arctic warfare. And while he said he can't share it with me because it's classified, I'm still peppering him with loads of questions about what Arctic warfare is. Wandering throughout the base, I also get to catch up with the military leaders who direct this group of a few thousand Arctic soldiers called the Jaeger Brigade.
I've made a reaction to them. They were unbelievable. Oh my god.
It's the northernmost unit what the Finnish Defense Forces has.
As a deputy commander of Jaeger Brigade, of course, I have the feeling that we are Finnish Army the most skilled unit in these conditions.
Next, it's briefing time. We head to the command center to get a rundown on what's going on here. This is Arctic Forge. It's a large-scale military exercise in the high north. It's a collaboration between the militaries of the US, Canada, Norway, Sweden, and Finland. It will include over 1,000 troops, all behaving as if they're in a real-world combat scenario. Over at a nearby airfield, the US Army's 11th Airborne Division has just landed, coming in from Alaska. They too are treating this like a real-world combat scenario, behaving as if they're quickly coming to the aid of Finland, who's just been attacked.
This is the situation where Finland is in trouble, Finland is in war, we need help, and now we are fighting together, defending Finland.
American troops will work together with Canadian and Finnish troops to learn how they fight here in the Arctic, something the Finnish army is expert at. The exercise will play out over this 40 square kilometer swath of snowy forest. The blue team will be comprised of Finnish troops with their new NATO allies from America and Canada, and they'll be trying to defend their territory. And on the other side is the red team that will be made up of a few hundred Finnish soldiers acting as the invaders. They'll be attacking, trying to take territory. This is the team that I will be.
Cool.
And I didn't know this before I came, but they really pulled out all the stops to ensure that this is as accurate to real warfare as possible. The blanks in these guns are wood-tipped to mimic the sound and kickback of a real bullet. And in addition to these ground forces that I'm embedding with, there's also units of tanks deployed in these woods, hiding in the brush and preparing an offensive maneuver. There's artillery cannons standing ready to fire simulated ammunition across the front line. There's surveillance drones in the air with thermal cameras trying to detect our position, and real fighter jets ready to drop simulated bombs if they see a target.
We are sending the message that we are defending Finland and the eastern border of NATO, and now we have also the Allies troops here to be part of that.
This multi-day exercise is about to begin, but first Felix wants to put me through some training. The conscripts here run through physically intense training, like this exercise where they run through a raging fire with all their gear and a gas mask on to simulate facing napalm or other incendiary weapons. They practice shooting on skis, but perhaps most importantly, they prepare to face the real killer up here.
There's cold and then there's Arctic.
Fighting in the Arctic means potentially falling into a river or one of Finland's nearly 200,000 lakes. So I'm about to get on some skis and fall into this river on purpose and then try to get myself out, all without panicking. So I have to make sure I'm calm before I dig myself out. Man, what have I gotten myself into here?
Good job. What's your name? What's your name?
Johnny Harris.
Stay down. What's your name?
Johnny Harris.
What's your job?
I am a video journalist.
How do you like Finland?
I love Finland.
Is it cold down there?
It is very cold down here.
Okay, you make it up.
All right, we're doing sprints now to warm up. That's the technique. Okay, we're warmed up. I'm half cold, half warm, but also kind of like feeling some endorphins after that cold water. That was freaking awesome. Wow.
I'm dressed and slightly warmed up. Now I'm gonna go learn how to make a fire. Felix shows me the ways and makes it look pretty easy. But now it's my turn.
I don't think I could ever do that.
You can cut this part out.
Let's see if I can get this thing to light. Nope. Man, you made it look so easy.
You're holding wrongly.
I am not going to survive the night. Oh, this is hard. I'm determined to make this happen. Okay. Moment of truth here.
Take the rod a bit of.
Oh, yeah, yep.
You got
Okay,
it.
Okay.
More birch bark.
Yeah.
Let me know down in the comments, is this something that every Finnish soldier during conscription needs to learn to do? I guess if you are a Boy Scout, you also learn how to do that. I mean, I never tried to.
Ah, there she is.
I could never.
Fire, folks. It seems like a lot of these survival skills is about not panicking, keeping yourself calm, even when you kind of want to freak out.
You have to be sisu.
For US Army, in the tents, they mostly use gasoline, diesel heaters, propane or whatever.
Yeah.
And in Finland, all of our tents are basically heated up with firewood, with stoves.
I keep having to remind myself that there's 5 million people
What is the difference?
in this country. Like, that's the size of like the state of Oregon, and yet you guys have this military that like people come to learn from. It's pretty impressive. Do you feel proud of that?
How can you not?
We don't have the budget to be like a full-scale, huge army. We have the conscript service. Thank God we have stick to that. Most of the men have been through conscript service, have a wartime duty, know how to use guns, know how to ski. Like the whole thing is embedded in the Finnish society.
Yeah.
That if the bell rings, we're gonna take up arms. And
That's what our society should look like. Oh my god. Yeah, I feel so bad for not have been a conscript in my own country, but here in Italy, I mean, I don't know. It's not a thing anymore. And even people that has done the conscript service in Italy, they just remember the stupid stuff from that period. They really didn't learn that much from it. Yeah, I mean, when I hear my father speak about it, he would just tell me funny stories. He would never tell me like, "Oh, I learned how to do this. This was very useful throughout my life." No, he would just tell me like funny stories. So maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, that's what it looked like. But I saw the video of the Finnish conscription, and they actually teach you how to be a better person, and they teach you a job also. It's not like you're just being there because you're forced to be there. That's what I guess in Italy the conscript service was about. Yeah, in Finland they definitely teach you something. It's not time that is wasted. You will never feel that way. So that's a great society in my mind.
Do our job to keep the Finland independent.
The combat exercise has started. Felix has dropped me off with one of the soldiers who's taking me towards the front line. We're now deep in the forest. I arrived to this readiness unit of this Arctic platoon, and they're getting ready to deploy, to mount their offensive, to try to take this nearby hill by force. NATO troops will be trying to defend it. These guys are the tip of the spear for the Finnish army, and we're about to see how they work.
We're getting ready to go to the front line and do this offensive. Every weapon is actually linked to a system that calculates the damage that it would do and where it would hit. The planners of the exercise can assess how each team is doing. They can see where artillery
is so
fire is going,
incredible.
how many casualties.
I wonder if they used to do that before in the past as well. Because when you're learning about history, you're always learning about the great battles, the great armies and all that. But you never hear about this type of stuff, like the trainings that they would do, the tactics that they would rehearse before, being prepared for all of it. And I wonder if this is like a modern thing, or if armies in the past would do that as well. That could be an interesting topic, right?
We're plowing through this forest in a BV. It's a carrier vehicle that brings troops through the forest without the need of roads. They seem to be able to move through anything.
Yeah, oh my
On the
god.
front line here, right where we believe the enemy position is, and we're going to get our skis on and start moving into the enemy's territory to attack.
The Red Force, which is mainly or almost all are Finnish conscripts, they are starting to advance, to attack. They are not typical conscripts, they are our best conscripts.
Oh, that's so
on
cool.
The opposite side, there is US professional soldiers. They are eager to show the US soldiers what they can do
Of
and
course.
win.
All the
Of
guys
course.
start to get ready to do this maneuver. The drone is about to take off. The snowmobiles. There's the comms guy with his big radio over here. We're mobilizing here. This is Arctic warfare.
Bro, this is the coolest video I've ever seen on the internet. And it's free! It's free! Oh my god. Please go and check out this channel. Come on, do me this favor. Come on, go and subscribe. This video is so amazing. I can't believe this is for free.
So we're moving through this forest right now, clearing this area. We're on the front line, so we may encounter someone from the other side. If these guys are ready, making this offensive happen, waiting, moving into this enemy territory. Shots ring out from a firefight that is happening from another unit on the front line.
Paljonko vihollista? As you can hear, furthermost squad around the objective area is currently in a gunfight. Just hang back.
Okay.
And let them do their thing.
Okay.
camera angles
we're
are
close
so
to
good.
our target. And then, a few meters later,
Okay, there's a firefight going on up here. We're gonna go give them some backup.
my unit wins this firefight within 20 minutes. We've captured these troops. It's a unit mostly made up of American Army troops.
The guys will check your gear and see if you have anything we might have interest in.
These American troops came here to train with the Arctic war experts and are finding all kinds of surprises. The first of which is just how to move through such deep snow.
He was like sinking about this deep. I'm like, all right, I'll be okay. And I go about this deep, and I'm like, damn.
And even though they're technically supposed to be enemies on the battlefield, the soldiers can't help but start talking shop.
Pad 7's a little smaller, but yeah, you get thermal, you get day, you get zoom, you get lasing grids. Pretty good stuff.
Earlier, when I was back on the base, I caught up with another group of US soldiers in the cafeteria.
The Finns are masters of skiing. So they're able to basically use the terrain to their advantage.
The field craft of it is the most.
But I wonder, why is that wait. I wonder, like, why is Finland gold medal skiing? Why don't you guys have many gold medals since... Oh no, you actually do. Yeah, 175 medals. Wow. Okay. I said something stupid. So Finland is really good in skiing also, like professional skiing. That's a lot, 175 medals in the Winter Games, 45 gold. But must have been before, right? Because nowadays you always see like Austria, Switzerland, Norway winning the gold medals. But that's something that I'm really interested in, since you said that you guys are really good at skiing.
Most interesting part of it. That's one thing you can really learn a lot from the Finns, because there's like the United States Army way of doing things, technology, and this, like in environments like this, what's old is new.
Oh,
this stuff works. And so being able to learn those lessons is critical.
So through this sneaky offensive, we captured this hill, completing our objective for the morning. All of this is being updated on a live map back at HQ.
That's so cool.
The day continues with more operations and fighting all over this battlefield. But we're in the high north. The days are short here, and soon the sun is going down.
So I get to sleep out in the snow tonight. A little candy bar for the
cold. Oh my god. I've never tried this kind, but I love Carl-Fazer chocolate. Oh my god.
Night.
These are the worst conditions to sleep in. Maybe the worst possible weather to sleep in a snow that he's gonna be doing.
Out here in the Finnish forest, and I wouldn't be able to do this kind of video if I didn't have a sponsor. In fact, my whole channel is made possible because of sponsors. So I'm going to take a minute to thank today's sponsor, who is Incogni, a longtime sponsor of the channel. Incogni is the solution to all of the spam and junk that we get in our emails and telephones in recent years. There's an entire world of data brokers who take your phone number, your address, your age, your browsing history, and they sell it on an open market to lots of different people.
I'm gonna skip the sponsor, but you guys can go and check it out, of course, if you want to support the guy. I do want to support the guy. I mean, this is incredible.
To send unlimited, unable, all of these data brokers. What you do is you send how satisfying is offering Incogni annual plan, because that means that Incogni is always video.
The battle begins. Okay. Wait, okay, so I'm gonna get to the end of the battle and then...
Night has fallen, and I'm riding back to camp on a snowmobile. We have our headlights turned off, and we're navigating with night vision. There are drones and jets in the air. They'll be able to see us if we create too much light or heat. We're still in combat mode, And because we're already so deep in this forest, we're gonna camp out here. Here in the tense darkness, I get briefed by our unit leader.
The situation is as follows. So we have our basic defensive posture. Squads are scattered around there in the wilderness. Right now we are making preparation to move into the cold base.
Cold base. That doesn't sound very comfortable. I learned that this means we need to sleep in the snow to make our shelters as cold as possible to avoid being detected by the infrared heat sensors from the drones overhead.
The company commander's intent is to divert the enemy recon with this move. So we will leave our hot tents, move further into the woods.
The problem is, I have no idea how to build the ice shelter that I'm supposed to sleep in tonight. I'm told that
exactly. And you have to do that in the dark with only night visions on. That's crazy.
One is to put on my skis and start packing the snow down.
I really have to go to the company command post, get my orders, so I will see you in a couple of hours.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate your help.
At this point, despite the instructions I've been given, I still feel out of my depth. Luckily, another conscript wanders over to help.
Hello.
Hi.
We haven't met yet.
Hi, I'm Johnny.
Nice
to meet you. How are you doing today?
Very nice.
After about 45 minutes of stomping on this snow, we start cutting the packed snow into cubes. These will be like bricks we use to build the walls of my shelter. While we're building, we get talking about what it's like to be in this unit that is the first to go into conflict.
How do you feel about that? Is that kind of make you nervous or?
No, it's just our job to do.
Yeah.
Protect our country.
All right, we've got ourselves a nice looking shelter here. It's coming together.
Can I offer you a piece of Finnish?
Oh, of course. Thank you so much.
It's so nice.
That'll warm me up. Oh wow, it's so good.
Best chocolate in the world.
It really seems like it. Wow.
I agree. I totally agree.
Oh, cool. I've got a place to sleep. Okay, the snow shelter is finished.
Especially the salmiakki chocolate.
There it is. This is my shelter. Okay, little update. It's now after midnight, and the platoon leader has woken me to tell me that my shelter does not disguise well enough because the tarp kind of sticks out, and my thermal signature will be picked up by infrared drones. So we have been up cutting down trees with big branches and putting them on my roof, and then putting the tarp over that so that it's more supportive, so I can pile it full of snow, and then branches on top of that snow. So I've done that for the last hour, and now my shelter is very well disguised from both optical and infrared sensors, and I can go back to bed. The problem is, my shelter now looks like this. All the trees that I had to put on it are now poking down into the shelter, and I'm gonna have to sleep among them. As I close my eyes, just out of reach of the pine needles, this is where I'm sleeping, here in my ice tree cave. See you tomorrow.
I mean, the alternative is to be killed, so I guess during war times it's fine.
I'm exhausted.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up right here because this is getting to the best part probably. Look, it's gonna tell us about the history, the bunkers and all that, so, and it's gonna end the battle. So yeah, I want to wrap it up in this moment. So tomorrow when I will be posting the second part, I'm gonna be even more excited to watch it. Thank you so much for watching this first part. I apologize that I couldn't do the whole video at once, but yeah. Tomorrow. Be patient for a while. Come on. See you soon.